Get ready. It's time. Christina, Catherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimorelli podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren.
And we're Cimorelli.
Welcome back to
The Cimorelli podcast. I really jumped the gun on the intro because you're like, we're like, all right, everyone get ready. And then I was like, I have like anxiety today. And I was like, I'm Lisa.
I'm Lisa.
Anyway.
It's okay. Welcome, Lisa. All right. Hello, guys, and welcome back to Cimorelli podcast. Hello, YouTube. This episode is on YouTube, which not every episode is. If you're new here, the Cimorelli podcast is a fun, uplifting podcast where we also focus a lot on self-improvement and personal growth, and we share a juicy story with you guys. We discuss personal topics. We get real and vulnerable. That's such a hard word to say.
Vulnerable.
With you all. And every other episode is available only on our Patreon. Our Patreon actually funds the podcast right now. So thank you so much to our patrons for making this podcast possible.
Literally.
Woo! Round of applause for our patrons.
Bless them all.
So if you want double the Cimorelli podcast episodes, you got to join Patreon. And if you go there, you're not only going to get season 5, you're going to get every past season that we've split them up like this. And you're going to get a bunch of other series we've done. Things we don't talk about?
Things we don't talk
Things
about.
we don't talk about.
Things we don't think about.
A very real, a very vulnerable. It's a really cool series we did. And then also tips and tricks.
Love those.
Q&As. And you get a chance to be the Q&A in our podcast episodes if you're a patron. So I'm just saying, you're probably going to want to go join Patreon, at least try it out for a month, see what you think. Just go see what you think. Just give it a go. So today's topic of conversation is baby names we love but won't be using.
I'm nervous.
My favorite
I don't know
topic.
why.
I'd like to
I don't
say
feel prepared.
we are basically going to replay a conversation that we've probably had
1,000
Multiple
trillion
thousand
times.
times. This is one of my all-time favorite conversations with them, with friends. Who doesn't love talking about names? It is literally
It's
the
so
funnest
fun.
conversation.
It is really
It's like
fun.
there's no consequence. There's nothing that could go wrong. It's just like,
It's
what
just so
names
fun,
do you
though.
like?
It is
Okay.
bad though when your friend has the worst names and you're like, oh, it's cute.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
All right. Never
I
mind.
feel like if your friend had a bad name, you'd just be like,
Yeah.
Wait.
It's like, oh, it's so cute.
Like,
Girls usually have like a list of names, usually like in their phone or something, but like
I do.
I do.
Hold on. Don't spoil it yet. Before we get into our topic of
Okay.
conversation, we always start with our highs and lows, where we tell you guys our highs and lows of the week.
Wahoo! She always looks at me. Why? Okay, I will
that was
go
like a
first.
vaguely Australian accent. Always looks at me. Like,
I didn't hear
know.
it that way. Okay,
I didn't
that was a
so
horrible Australian accent.
my high has been an ongoing high over the last month, honestly, but since I just got married, my husband graciously redid the closet for me. So there's like, before it's like in Tennessee, it's just this one wire rack in every closet. It's like you hang things on it, you stack things above it, that's it. So we got someone to come and redo like wood shelves and like drawers and we have like shoe things, you know? And I have all this hanging space
Love that.
and all these shelves. So it's great. And I've been putting that together, and last night I did a lot of work on it and it was really fun. Just every time I walk in there, I'm like, and I'm doing drawer dividers, you know, with file folding.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on that next level. I'm on that
No.
3008 or whatever.
I'm so 3008.
Yes,
You're so 2000
so that's
late.
my high. Oh, my low is that I woke up with anxiety and I just felt really garbage. And that used to be my everyday normal, but I started working on it, which is also a high, and stopped waking up with anxiety for the last week or two. And then today it was back, and I was like, oh, I thought I got rid of you, but I didn't.
At least.
I know. It's just
We
I was
all
doing
bleed
so
red.
well, you know.
Happens.
It's like you get tripped up, and you're like,
life,
ugh.
That's what life is though.
Ups
It's not
and downs.
before and an after. It's a
I
journey.
know
Life's
that,
climb,
but
right. You're great.
Lorraine.
Okay, my turn. My high was this whole week was great. It was a great week. I felt
Lauren.
great mostly.
So
I
happy
had good
for you.
energy. I wasn't panicking. Crazy, I know.
Love it.
Good for you.
But my low was on Sunday. I did cry in my car when I was driving home from church due to personal reasons.
I cried for non-personal reasons.
No, I always cry for
so I was
non-personal.
sad, but it wasn't like, oh, this crazy low. Like, I was just sad and I cried. It's okay.
Good for you. You cried out.
Okay, I got 2 sleep-related ones.
Oh
so,
my gosh.
It's a great
Love it.
story. So 2 nights ago, my low is that I was up for hours upon hours with Barrett, and he was just like grunting around and moving so much and just not sleeping. And then I was just awake and awake and awake and awake. So that was my low. But then my high was that last night, technically, he only woke up one time.
What do you mean technically?
Yeah, what's
Because
the
he woke.
technicality?
Okay, so I'm saying then he woke up at 6 a.m. But I'm saying that's like
Morning.
A normal
him
time
getting
to
up
wake
for the
up.
day.
Oh wow, he's an early riser.
Barrett.
He's an early riser. Normally it was 5:30. Now it's 6.
Wow.
So pretty.
It's like a Saturday morning. Sleeping
Yeah.
in.
Moving
Pretty
up
cool.
the world.
So that's my high and low.
I would say my high and low are intimately connected.
Oh, whoa.
My
Oh, there.
my low has just been this week's been really bad. Just very
Oh, God.
full of anxiety and
God bless.
sadness and tears.
That's
I mean, it's just it's true.
Loneliness.
It's just been a very bad mental health week, and I'm really struggling.
God bless.
But I think my high was connected to that. Last night I made not one but 2 fall desserts. Relatable was caramel sauce
Ooh.
for apples,
Yes.
and Max and I had caramel apples. We like
Girl.
like apples dipped in caramel, and then I also made a pumpkin pie. So
Whoa,
you know,
that's
I
fun.
remember Amy got a pumpkin
You
pie,
baking for the
and
whole
then
neighborhood?
Lauren's like, "Are you okay?" Maybe pumpkin pie is just linked to
It's
sadness.
just a sign
You
that
know
It
what?
is.
When
You're
I got
not
a pumpkin
okay.
pie, I definitely ate the whole thing in 2 days.
Yeah, you weren't
And
okay.
that was a
Pumpkin
moment.
pie is always linked to sadness for me
Yes.
because it's disgusting.
Any pie.
I like
Oh,
it.
God.
Look,
It's
any
like to fall for
Errol
me.
knows.
no, anytime you buy a random pie, it's like there's a reason.
There's a reason.
I don't know, ladies.
the reason is you want to eat it.
And the reason is
Oh wait, was that
okay.
your low?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Mine is that I did too much stuff, and then Lauren.
What?
So I did too much stuff. Had a nice little, rage-filled mental breakdown with myself. Yelled, had some fun. Just kidding, it was not fun. And then
You guys
I was
always
like,
say mental
Lauren, why am
breakdown.
I-
Does that just mean you cried?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Lauren's like, "I had a great week."
Yeah, everyone's
good
like,
job, Lauren.
not okay.
Lauren
but then
overcame.
Lauren
I
talked.
think it's like a spiral.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lauren's like,
okay.
so what did you do this week? And then I literally told her
Oh my
every little
gosh.
thing I did. I thought that's what you meant. And then she's like, sounds like, what did you say? Sounds like you forced yourself to do a lot of things and didn't give yourself any choice. Even though you wanted to do them, you didn't give yourself a choice in doing them or not.
Oh.
So now you're angry. And I was like, ah. So then she was like, you are not allowed to watch the podcast for notes tonight, and you need to just do what you want to do. So then I went for a walk, which was nice. And then I watched a great Hallmark movie. And then I went to bed, and it was good. And I felt a lot better. And now my mental health has been a lot better in the last few days since then. So that was good.
Yay, mental
Good for
health.
you.
Because I have to stop myself. I just got to stop.
Yeah.
You have to stop pepper shaking
Yes,
yourself.
Was
exactly.
that a whip? Are you whipping
Yeah.
yourself? Got it.
Yikes.
interesting.
Well, that's it's our highs and lows from the week, ladies and gents. Mainly ladies, as we know. I think it's like 90% or something.
I thought you were talking to us. I was like, mainly lady. Okay.
Mainly ladies watching the podcast. And now we do something special where we answer a question from you guys on Patreon. This is our spicy advice Q&A.
All right. This week's question is from our patron Jasmine Valerie. I like your name. That's a pretty
Hey,
name.
Jasmine.
Speaking of
That's
names,
Oh, that's cute.
she said, "Any tips on how not to be afraid or insecure of trying, or she put it in quotes, or of having effort to look good?" And her examples were like curling my hair, wearing a dress, heels.
Girl, I feel you because every time I get ready and I go out in public, I still can't do it. I can only get ready if I had like work earlier in the day that I got ready for. But like, it's hard to feel comfortable putting effort in and going into public. 'cause
Okay,
you feel
yes.
like people are going to
Why
shame
For
you
you, though.
because it feels like there's going to be too much attention on me. People are going to maybe
Yeah.
see me and like
Oh, there's
think
so
something
many
bad
possible-
about me.
So many possible reasons. I feel like
Or they're going to be like, who does she think she is
we could
curling her
address different
hair?
ones. Okay, I think
You
there's
could be
different
just
ones.
you curling your hair. It's okay.
It's like fear of, okay, so I think we should each maybe like address everyone. There's like fear of like attention.
Oh, yeah.
And then fear of what people will say. I could address that one. And then fear of what you will say to yourself. I think it's another one. So
Yeah.
I could say what people will say that one.
Yeah.
So I'll just address that one. If you're like scared of what are people going to say, which is dumb, not to you, to them. But I know what you're talking about because kids, especially in like middle school age, they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
did you curl your hair?
Oh my
Why?
god.
Yes. Why do you think it looks curly?
Because I wanted to curl it. So I think if you're scared of what people are going to say, then maybe go through what people could say to you, such as, did you curl your hair? Or why are you wearing a dress? Or whatever it is.
Like,
And
what
then
is so crazy
what would you
about
answer?
wearing a dress?
Just say, oh, I wanted to wear a dress today. And then if they're like,
why
why?
I felt like it.
Because I wanted to.
It's like, why are you wearing what you're wearing?
Why
I
did you
don't
wear
know.
that shirt? You know, you can do that.
It's
You
not
can
that
ask them,
deep.
Why didn't you curl your hair? You can ask them back. So I would just say, figure out what they might say to you that you're like, oh, I don't want them to ask me that. Like, why did you put makeup on? Oh, I just wanted to wear makeup
Yeah.
today.
What
I
was
felt
the
like
reason? The reason is you wanted
And then
to.
if they're like, well, you don't need to. Well, I
did.
wanted to. Or, well, you put too much blush. Well, that's your opinion. You can say whatever you want.
At least
but
I
just,
tried.
If you go through the conversation already, it sounds just like a small thing, but I think it'll make it so much easier when they say it, or just answer with that. Just keep going back at them. Keep going back. And then after a while, it's like, okay, well, let's change the subject. It's kind of boring. Just move on.
Okay.
That's my tip for that one.
I have two quick things. First of all, I don't fully relate to this because I've always loved putting in effort, and I actually feel I feel really anonymous in public. So maybe this helps you. I feel like no one knows me, and it's like you're running around with a bag on your head in a weird way. Even though I'm dressed up and everyone's looking at me, it's like, you'll never see me again. I can do whatever I want. You'll never see me again. But I guess around people, it's different. Anyway, I love feeling anonymous. Number one, the heels thing. Look, heels are bad for your body, okay? And they're not comfortable. So you don't have to wear heels when you get dressed up. I just want to put that out there because I feel like there's a lot of pressure on women
That's a really good
to wear
point.
heels.
That's a good
But
point.
actually, those are my only points that I don't understand, and I don't think you should wear heels.
Good for you, Lisa.
I relate to this from a different kind of way, where I don't have a problem like putting on an outfit that I like, putting on some makeup, whatever. But there's like a line of like where I'm comfortable, and if I cross that line of like doing like more makeup or like a more kind of out there outfit where I do start to feel uncomfortable and like, I don't know if I can wear that. And it's not because I think people are going to say something rude. It's actually almost like a fear of like positive attention where it's
Being
like,
seen.
I don't want people to be like, oh my gosh, wow. I'm like, stop, like don't look. So
Why is that?
I
I
don't
can
know.
relate to
I
that
think it
more.
just feels kind of scary. Like,
Do you feel like you don't want people to
Being-
look at you that way?
Or just
I
have
think
attention.
it's partially that, and then also I think it's just like there's like a comfort in being more anonymous and not being so noticed. You feel more like safety. I don't. Maybe that's almost like a
Comfort zone?
biological thing too, though, of like blending in is like more
Oh,
safe.
yeah, right.
That's
Yeah, it could be something like that. But the way that I overcome that is I just decide like it's okay. I know I'm gonna walk in, people would be like, wow. And I just like, okay, it's gonna be like 10 seconds. And then we just move on and no one's gonna say anything else. So it's just
Yeah.
uncomfortable. And I just have to be like, I like this and it is honoring myself to wear this, and I can take the uncomfortable thing for like 10 seconds. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my 2 cents would just be that just wear what you're in the mood for. If you're in the mood to get ready, get dressed. If you're in the mood to be comfortable, wear sweats. Like, if you are honoring yourself, you're going to be happier no matter what. Sometimes I don't, like, literally last night I was like going to the grocery store and we'd filmed that day. So I had my hair and makeup done. I was wearing hoops and I was like, Max, I need to take my hoops off. And he's like, why? And I was like, I don't want anyone to look at me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
if
no
you
one
wear
will look
hoops,
at you
they will
if
look
you're
at
not
you.
wearing
But I just
hoops.
feel like it's this shiny gold object on
Yeah.
my face. Like, I don't want anyone. So I
No,
literally
I feel
took them
that.
off. So, but then sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm feeling good today. I want to put, something on that I feel more like put together. So just go with your mood because it's an act of love, like love for yourself to honor your mood with what
Yeah.
you're wearing.
Well, yeah, like
true.
you wear a sweatshirt if it's like, I don't want anyone to see
Yes.
me. Just put like a really low key sweatshirt on. Just like,
And you feel so much better if what you wear matches how you're feeling.
Oh,
So-
yeah. Because there have been times where I have to be dressed up for something. And then if you get insecure at that event or whatever, you feel uncomfortable. All of a sudden, it's like the worst feeling. Like,
Yes.
I don't want to be dressed up right
just
now.
wanna
I
wear
just want to go
sweats,
home
get
and
away.
change.
Yeah.
I get that.
it's like
Yeah.
you want to be more hidden. So it's like not dressing up is feeling like a little more
Safe.
hidden.
Oh, and not being like different, because if no one
Yeah.
else is doing the same exact thing, it's like, oh, then I like stick out.
Yeah.
I see.
But it's like you're gonna at the end of the day, people are gonna see you
And it's
either
okay.
way. So just like
That's true.
what
Yeah.
just be seen how you want
True.
to be seen, if that makes sense. Like put in the effort that you want to put in because you want to put it in, and not because you are either trying to impress people or you're
Or trying
scared.
to avoid reaction.
Well, yeah. Because, I'm trying to force myself to, put on mascara sometimes. And it's not working yet, but it will one day.
Why?
Amy,
That's
don't
funny.
wear mascara if you don't want to wear it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
wear
then-
it if you want
But
to.
she
No, but
does.
it's like
She's scared
I want
too.
to because I want to feel more put together sometimes. But
She
I'm
thinks
like,
she's not allowed
"Ugh,
to.
can't wear makeup, can't do your hair. It's too worldly, you know.
What?
Oh my
You
gosh.
did it right now.
no,
Because
it's
I'm
just for
working.
work.
It's for
different.
She has like a
It's
long
too
if
ugly.
brain.
the law is if I am ready for work, I can go out in public ready. That is the law.
Because that was the reason you did it.
Yes,
You didn't do
You have an
it.
excuse.
but if I didn't get ready for work, then
Yeah.
You'll burn.
Okay.
exactly.
All right.
But
Well-
I'm getting used to it, and I have gotten ready without having work.
Good.
Good.
So that
Well,
is new.
Was it Jasmine?
Yep.
Jasmine, I hope that helped you out, and I really hope that you'll take a little risk. Maybe tomorrow,
Yeah,
just like
take a
start
chance.
small. Start
Yeah.
small.
Great
Maybe
question.
something.
Break
Do
away.
something small first. Yeah, that was a good question. I don't think we've ever gotten that question.
Yeah,
before.
that was a really
That
fun
was awesome.
question.
Ever
that's
in years,
And that's
of being
really
online.
relatable to a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that no one's ever asked that, but
It's
that's a great
very
question. All
common.
right, we are gonna jump into the topic of conversation. So, baby names I love but won't be using basically is
Yeah.
a trend on YouTube.
I'm nervous.
A big trend, and I really wanted to do this video when I was pregnito, but I didn't have any names,
She
so I didn't
hates
do
every
it.
name.
Yeah.
So that was a
She
problem.
hates every name.
But
Not that she hates every name, but just for her.
Yeah,
she
for
doesn't
me, I'm
know
just like,
what feels
feel
right.
Wait,
Right.
can I just say something? If we say someone says they don't like a name and that's your name, it doesn't mean we don't like you. It's okay to not like names. It's not a personal attack. It's just a preference.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not.
Sometimes
about
people have
you.
associations with names that have nothing to do with you or like
I have
whoever's-
many of those.
See, I just
Just
also
random.
understand being hurt by it because I'm like, I didn't name myself. It's not my fault.
I know.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah, it
why
is
would
not
you
your
be
fault.
just by that?
I
You
don't
didn't do.
know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm just saying we don't hate
Because
you.
you're stuck with it
Yeah.
forever.
Just because she
Yeah.
hates every name, she doesn't hate every person.
that's true. That's
That's
true.
true.
That's a good
Yeah.
disclaimer.
No, it's more like I hate them for my child.
yeah. It's
That's
not
what
like you
we're
hate
saying,
them on
But
the
it's
people.
not like when I hear my friends with their names that I don't like that much, I'm like, ugh, don't like her. I'm just like, oh my gosh, their name is perfect for them. I don't even think about it if I don't like their name or not. Just think about it when
That's
I'm
true.
naming a child.
That is true. You don't think about it when you
You don't think about it. So, number one, I have a question for everyone, which is, what's your philosophy on names? And let's just give us a few words that describe the kind of names you like to pick and why.
Okay, I'll go first. I used to like wild names as a child, like Xena with an X.
Yes.
Hercules which is a family name. But then we are Italiano. But then I married a man with a simple last name, and my children cannot be Xena Gilbert. It doesn't work. So I have listen. I have a wide range of tastes, and I've brought my taste to the simple side now. So all my names are on the basic side, not necessarily the ones I'm going to say today, but my true taste for names is simple and
Simple.
clean,
Okay.
classic.
Simple, clean,
nice.
classic.
I don't know that I really have a philosophy. I like a lot of names and a lot of kind of different kind of names. It's more just like certain names just have a vibe, and I'm like, ooh, like that vibe. I think I like names that sound like the person could be like confident and a little bit artistic.
Ooh.
But it's not like, oh, some crazy name, but it's like could be a little bit different.
I like that.
Okay, I'm trying to think. I think I know what my philosophy is. One's a little confusing. I think it's like I like names that are somewhat out of the ordinary. Like, not that everyone uses them for the most part, but not too like woo woo and like too whimsical. Not like that, but just a name that not everyone really has. I'm not super into like really popular names, but I'm also not super into being like, I'm gonna name my kid like
Russia
Apple with
Jackson.
3 A's because I want to be really unique. I'm not into that. A lot of people do stuff like that, so I don't quite want to do.
I feel like you
that.
like simple and sturdy,
Classic.
but like unique.
But like a little bit of a
but
twist.
with a twist of unique, but not like
Because
too
that's
much.
you.
Yeah,
You're
it is
simple
you.
and sturdy, but with a twist.
You are.
Yeah, so I think that's my philosophy.
Old Kath?
Yeah, my philosophy is
Old cat.
that this name
Could
has
be in a novel from like Shakespeare. So
No. No, that's not even no. Okay.
Give it to us.
My names, I want them to be strong And I want them. I used to love really flowery names, and then I flipped a 180 a couple years ago, and now I like very strong, like almost warrior sounding names.
Yes, Kat.
Your last name is
And
kind of
my last name
aggro.
is
It's like
Straniva now,
Straniva.
which is like you can't just name your child something really flowery.
Like
for
Brittany
instance,
Straniva.
Paisley Straniva. That is a very strange.
The
combination.
boys are lobbying for like a lot of Eastern European names for Catherine's
they want me
children,
to
like
name my son
Means
Vlad.
our brothers.
Straniva. They love Vlad. Yeah.
So it's got to be strong, and it's got to be something that could be
I would
has a
do
cool
that.
nickname that you can do with it. So
Vladimir Straniva.
I
That's
love
sick.
that.
all right,
It's
so that's my philosophy.
Vladdy.
So
Call him Lad.
number one rule, lawmaker of my own town, aka me, made rules for names. I don't know. Now I'm questioning them.
Just say it.
So my philosophy now that I'm taking a further look is a rule and it is a group because I love groups and I love rules.
Okay.
So I want all of my children to have the same. There's two things that I'm going to go with. I don't know which one. So one is saint names. So all of them will have a name of a saint in the Catholic Church for their first name. And the other one is cities and states. I don't know.
That's fun.
And it might be cities and states with a saint middle name. Who knows? But I want them all to have like.
Are you saying you
a
want to do
group.
one of those
You're
shots
like
or the
a
other?
theme.
Yeah, it's going to be a theme.
It's gonna
So
wait. It's gonna either be all saints or all cities and states.
Yes.
What if
Wait,
you
why
did
not-
saints as the first
Yeah.
name
No,
and
that's
city
what
or
she
state
just
as the middle
said.
name?
Yeah,
That's
or
what she just
I'll
said.
do city or state as the first name and saint as the middle
But
name.
she
I don't
wants
know.
all the first
Oh.
names to be
be
the
one
same
group.
group.
Right.
Yeah, because
right.
I want them to feel really like united,
like
and I
John-
love groups.
John Montana.
There will be no John.
John Montana.
I don't.
John
That is
is a
a
family
name
name.
that I love, but will not be using.
I gotta
I
say,
love that
Dakota.
name.
That's a cool name.
Delaware.
I love the cities and states. Like,
Okay,
Francis,
wait, we're gonna get
California?
into
there's so many.
I
of
think
it.
I have some really
I don't
good
like
ones.
the name.
Francis,
No offense
New
to anyone named Francis.
Francis of California.
Wow.
Anyway.
Okay.
I think that was a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Well, I'm a saint name.
I
Christina Florida.
I think a lot.
That's a good one, right?
No.
Becky
Okay,
Delaware.
Catherine's a saint name.
I have like three
Catherine,
saints.
North Dakota.
There's like
not a
three.
saint.
Also, I have
Catherine,
a
South
giant.
Carolina.
Wait, I think it's actually at my mom's house, but I have a encyclopedia about this thick, full of names of saints.
Oh my gosh.
Literally.
you got a lot of
Okay,
have
you,
a lot
got- you guys are
options.
jokers. Let me give you one that's
Michael,
actually
Rhode
nice.
Island.
No.
You like that one?
Here's a good one. Here's a good example.
Good?
Alaska Rose.
That's a good one.
That's
Ooh.
a state.
It might kind of work better with the
And
state
a saint.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alaska
Well,
Rose
I
is
love
a
names
Rose.
like
I love
I love a
Alaska.
lot of
Montana
the southern
Michael?
names. I don't know.
Better than Michael Montana.
Montana. We knew sisters that were named Michael and Montana.
Oh,
you're
that's
right.
cute.
Montana's a great name.
Okay, wait.
First of
Are
all.
we going to go into the names
Yeah, let's
now?
go
Yeah,
in.
let's go into the names.
Okay, so I love the name Brooke, but I want it to be Brooklyn. So it's like
Oh,
Brooklyn.
cute.
I think
Wait,
that's
so are you
cute.
going to be using that?
See, I'm saying names that I love and might be using.
Yeah,
Oh.
me too.
I don't
too.
have a child, so I can't say.
Okay, might
Lauren
be
made a
using.
great point of that. I also love the name Maxine for a girl, and she goes
Oh,
by Max.
yes.
Sorry, Kath.
It's
Sorry.
okay.
Sorry.
I love
Okay.
Max for a girl. Well, it's not bad for a boy either. Scarlett.
Oh,
And these
yes.
are honestly more on the flashy side for my names that I have now because I also
So wait,
have
would you
names.
call her
is flashy?
Scar?
Yeah, compared to like
Oh, I love that.
compared to
That's like that
Scar-
movie.
Scarlet is so good.
what? Oh yeah, okay. Compared to like Jessica, which is on my list, or Grace, or Abigail.
Okay.
Those
Okay.
are like simple.
Harper, love.
That
I think,
reminds me of Wizards of Waverly Place.
I think it's so cute. Okay, so here's one. You know how like I don't know if any of you want to name a child after yourself, but I always wanted to name my daughter Lisa. But now that I'm actually getting up in age, I'm like I don't know if that'll feel weird to be like Lisa to
You're like,
say
wait, that's
Lisa.
me.
Men
Which
do it all the
one?
time.
I think I want to do Lily Lisa.
Oh,
so that's the
that's
middle
pretty.
name.
That's
That's
cute.
pretty.
I think that would be fun. Do I have a second to throw in a few more? Because I have a bunch.
Sure.
Okay, I'll just read you the rest of them really
Oh, we were
quick.
just doing 5.
Gabriella, Isabel, Abigail, Grace,
Got a lot.
Jacqueline, Jessica, Kimberly. See?
Those
Oh,
are cute.
You can
wow.
see the theme there.
Those are like
Yes.
girly girls. Like,
Yeah.
they're like
That's fun.
feminine gals.
Lauren.
Okay, so look.
Oh wait,
I,
and Xena is a name that I love and will not be using.
I wish you
ahead.
would. I wish you would.
Look, I made a video on my YouTube channel, so I'm not going to repeat those names. So if you really want to know my other names, you can watch that.
Okay.
So this is names I didn't include in that. So, okay. I like more like traditional boy names for girls. So I did some of those.
Robert.
Yeah, Frederick. No. Okay, so my names are Chase,
Ooh.
Forrest,
Whoa.
Adriana,
That's a good boy
Oh,
name.
I like Adriana.
That's not a boy name. Okay. Sicily, like in Italy.
Whoa.
That used to be
And-
on my list.
Yeah.
But I
And-
spelled it Sissely because I saw that on a blog once.
Okay,
I thought that was a really cool
stop
name.
I don't know what that
about
means.
Quit it with your 2020 energy. Keep
Oh,
it.
wait.
And then Lane.
Lane is a great
For a
name.
girl?
Yeah, this is
Cute.
all girl names.
Wait, how would you spell it though?
Lane. Look,
Okay.
I am not doing any
Catherine.
weird spelling.
Like,
like
no, 'cause
Lane-
it makes me
L-A-Y?
think of Elaine, like Elaine.
Sounds like
Right?
Lane with a
Lane.
Lane with a
L-A-I-N-E.
silent Q.
Okay, I actually do have two.
Okay.
Okay, I thought of two. I didn't have any names for this because I had like 0 names on my list to begin with. But I actually do have two that I'm 99% sure I'm not using. So, because you're talking about naming them after yourself. So I like Christiana, which is almost
I love
myself.
that.
Christiana, but
Christiana.
Nick doesn't like it.
Strong.
Jerk.
But here's my other one, which is weird. I like Christian for a girl, but don't say it. But
Wait,
there's
so you basically like every variation of
yes,
Christy.
it's 2 variations of my name. But I also like it for a boy. But don't say it. There's a name that I like that's too similar that I think I am using. So I can't do
Oh,
Christian. It's
I
too
know
similar.
it.
Okay,
You
but
could do it though.
listen, we
Yeah,
have
Christy.
Amy and Danny in our family, which actually sound similar when you yell them. They can never tell, and I don't think
Yeah.
it was that much of a problem.
No, this
and we
is
have
too-
Christian and Christina, which are similar.
Those are literally basically the
Just
same
saying.
name.
I don't think it's that
Whatever.
bad. Anyway,
Okay, you.
Kathy Lee?
Okay, here's some strong girl names that I think could stand up to my last name. These are actually very similar to the
Oh.
names I would actually use, but I don't want to give them away because I want it to be a surprise when I name my future daughter. So these are actually very similar to what I would choose. Tatiana.
Oh.
Tatiana
Oh.
Straniva.
girl.
Yeah, that's a cool name. Valentina. I
Oh,
love that
yes.
name.
I love that.
Okay,
That's
also
amazing.
I'm noticing a pattern in my names. I like Eastern European, Italian, and Scottish names. I love-
Scottish?
yes, which the next one is Lachlan.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
We
I
are
like that.
Scottish.
I love the name Lachlan. I think that's a cool name. I just saw this on a list recently. I thought this was really cool, and I haven't heard that much. Verona.
Ooh, like it's not a city in
I
Italy.
think it's in
My
Italy.
Is that
Verona.
a brand of something?
Yeah, it's Verona. And then last one is Olympia.
Girl, Olympia's a great name.
I
Wait,
mean,
so
maybe
these
I'll
are
end up
names
using
you're
them.
not using. Why?
Just because I have other
not
names
using any of
that are
those?
in the
She likes
first place,
more.
third,
Oh.
second, third, and
Oh.
fourth place slots.
Okay, so
Yeah,
this
you're
is
not gonna have
like,
a 50,000
right after.
Okay, can you at
children,
least name like a cat one of those or something?
Yeah.
You won't have a cat.
Catherine will
never
not
mind.
have a pet.
A
No
fish?
pet.
Probably not.
Yeah,
What about a
so
fish?
Have a pet. Are you?
Okay, so I wrote some, but now I'm like, I don't really know. So I love the names like wait, let me see. Okay. What did I write down? Let me just find it. Okay, I like the name Bridget a lot. Probably will not be using it. I love my
That's
friend
not-
Melanie's
wait,
name.
Is that a saint?
Yeah, it is the same.
Oh,
but I probably
okay.
I felt it once, but I just don't feel it in my soul anymore. I love my friend Melanie's name. I think it's so cute
Cute.
going by Mel. So fun and
Yeah.
fresh. I love the name Nova, but it's a bit too John Green for me. Like I can't go there. I can't go to Alaska either. I'm sorry.
Oh.
They're too John Green for me. And not that John Green's a bad guy, but they just scream a little too teen novel to me. I love the name Cheyenne. I think it's a
Oh,
great
that's
name.
cute.
Could potentially use it. I love the name Charleston.
Oh,
For a
that's
girl, could be really fun.
cute.
I also love
Charlie.
like Indiana, California, Arizona.
I was right.
Like
Tennessee.
really fun state. Oh, Tennessee,
I like
high
that
on the
name.
list. Alabama, great name. Dixie,
Yes.
great name. So those are just things I'm bopping around with. I have no children yet, so
Wait,
we'll see.
Alabama for a girl, would she go by Allie?
Yeah.
Yes. No, Bama.
Bama.
I think Travis Barker
Bam.
named his daughter Alabama.
Bam.
Wait,
and I saw that and I was
Oh,
like,
I w-
that's cool.
If my name was
kinda
Alabama,
fun.
I 100% would go by Bam.
yeah,
Hey,
it's
Bam.
cute.
I think
Wait,
that's
isn't
so
that
actually
cool.
cute?
So those are some ideas. I don't know
You're making me
because
think.
I don't know if the man that I marry would want to use them. So we'll see. But I like it.
All right. Now for the boys. I will not be using the name Hercules, but I love it, and I always wanted to name a child
So I'll
that.
have to list
And
it.
I hope that one someone in our family will, but they probably won't. James, but he goes by Jimmy.
Oh,
Hey,
I
Jimmy.
love it.
Jimmy.
But he goes by
Jimmy
Jimmy.
Cricket.
Okay, and then also William, but he goes by Billy.
Oh,
okay,
cute.
mine
Billy.
will go by a Will. So
Cute.
yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Whatever.
Miles with a Y.
Oh, she's
that's
always
fun
loved
and
that.
fresh.
Love it.
That's a good name.
Raymond, who goes by Ray. I guess
Cute.
all of these have like
Hey, Ray.
nicknames.
I like them.
Thank you. And I guess I also have Jake and Jack on there, but I don't really know if I'll pick either of those if I do James.
Love it.
James and Jake.
Okay.
Jack.
Here's mine. I feel like all these people could like chop wood, maybe.
Ooh.
Okay, so the first name is Gage. G-A-G. Hunter.
Ooh.
Colton.
Ooh.
Could go by Colt
yeah,
too.
I used to have that on mine.
And then this one actually doesn't really fit with the other ones, but Vincenzo. But he does not go by Vinny. He goes by Enzo.
Of course.
Yes.
King.
Yes.
And then Nate. I love that name. It's like a simple guy.
Is he Nate or Nathan?
Well,
Nathaniel?
his
Or
name's
Nathaniel.
Nathan, but he
Okay.
goes by Nate.
Okay.
Definitely not Nathan. No offense.
Okay, I think I have one maybe.
Oh,
I don't know. Actually, might use it. I don't know. Noah is a name that I like, but Nick doesn't
Cute.
like it.
what
Oh
about
my
names that
gosh.
Nick doesn't like that you like?
There's not that many.
Oh.
There's like one. I just said
You
it.
both don't
Aw.
like many names.
Yeah, we both hate every name basically. So it's-
Wow.
Because Nick likes names if he knows a person he
Yes.
likes with that
That's
name.
right. He started telling me names, and I was like,
Literally.
"Wait a minute.
You're
That's
like,
a
wait,
person
that's
you
your
know.
friend?
That's a person you know. That's a person.
It's like,
you
ooh,
know.
nice guy,
That's
Charlie.
a person you know.
I like that name.
That's a person you know.
That's great.
That's literally what it is. He goes, "Oh, this is a really nice guy." That name. I'm like, "What?"
He's going off of vibes.
Okay, I actually think boys' names are harder. And also it's harder because I think
disagree.
Max is more picky
Disagree.
and he already ixed some of my boys' names. So then I couldn't do them.
Tell him.
Eh.
I want to know the ones that you.
This was a name that I actually really still love, but Max doesn't really like it, so I'm not going to be using it. Declan.
Oh, I
Love
love
it.
the name
I think
Declan.
it's Scottish or Irish. I love that. And you call him Deck. So cool.
Mm.
I've always loved the name Griffin.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Griffin's
like
a
that.
great
Yeah,
name.
it sounds like strong. Love that. And so the last one would be Dante.
Ooh,
that's a good
love
one.
I think I just don't think I'll use that as like a
It could
first
be a
name,
good
but
middle name like
yeah,
ours.
yeah. So good name.
So I am back, and here are some names that I wrote down that I love. I actually don't know if I'd ever use one, but I love the name Hank. I think it is so
Yes!
fun.
Oh my
That's my
gosh.
fish's name. I love the thought of a baby whose name is Hank.
Hey, Hank.
I like the name Jack a lot,
Hanky.
but I think other
Yes.
people will be using it too
I
much for
love
me.
that name.
I like it too.
It could be a really good middle name. I love the name James, but will not be using it. I always loved, if I had twin boys, I would have named them Dominic and Damon, but my mom's, Damon's not a saint name. And my mom also said it sounds too much like demon. And I was like, whatever. But Damien is a saint name and he's a great saint. So we'll see, guys.
That's
We'll
so
see.
funny.
But I also love Boston, Lincoln, all those like Dakota, stuff like that.
Boston.
Dakota.
Oh, Carson. Great.
Yes.
Great
Carson's a
name.
good name.
Yeah, so that's my presentation for
Wow,
y'all.
we all have such different tastes in names.
Yeah.
Like really different tastes.
Yeah,
There's not
it's pretty
too
fun,
much
pretty fresh.
overlap.
No.
I think I
Yeah.
have the most overlap with Lauren. Everyone say who I have the most overlap with. I have the
Yes.
most overlap with
Amy,
Lauren.
Because
No
we have
one.
a couple names that like we were probably
Oh,
going to
yeah.
both use.
Oh yeah. No.
Oh wait, Amy? We had Will
Yeah,
and
you
Jack and
and you.
James.
Weird. So
Yeah.
overlap.
Yeah, we will have some cousins with the same name. Some little
We
ones.
will.
I don't
And I
mind.
think it's fine.
I don't mind.
Be
that.
like, never mind. I was just trying to think of a name like Jack 1, Jack 2, Jack 3.
Call one of them Jack.
yeah,
and
we
one of
already
them
have
Jay.
2 Nicks. Yeah.
You call them
Yeah.
Little Nick
You just
and Big
say
Nick.
Nick Reality. Yeah. Anyway.
Alrighty. So we now have the bag of random where we have something random in here that no one knows what it is. Except for
Let's
me.
You know.
hear
I
it.
don't remember what it is though.
Let's
Okay.
hear it.
I like I wiped my
I
I
memory
sent
this
it and I
morning.
forgot what it was.
Let's hear it.
I feel like there's supposed to be some drum roll, but I'm just gonna open the bag.
She's gonna prompt me wiped her memory.
Drum. Roll.
Ding! Okay. This week's bag of random is the segment called "What Would You Do?"
Ooh.
Okay, so what would you do? Your friend is always talking about the guy you secretly have a crush on.
Oh
do
my
you
gosh.
tell or not?
Okay,
Ugh.
this is just already unrealistic because in what situation do I not tell my friend I have a crush on someone? I literally see
Oh my
someone walk
gosh,
by, I'm like, oh my
Lauren.
gosh, I'm in love with him. So this scenario, it doesn't exist.
There had to
for
have been
me.
some point where you didn't tell your friends, like before you told
No.
your friends.
Lauren, I think
I literally
okay,
tell them the minute, the
Oh.
second
so
it
you're
happens.
the friend.
Yeah.
So you have a
Sorry.
friend talking about him and your friend's
Oh
like,
yeah,
I secretly
yeah.
have a crush
yeah,
on him.
Yeah, that's me. Sorry.
When I
think I
was
relate to that too,
younger, that literally happened to me.
what'd
But
you
this
do?
girl was kind of torturing me though with it though.
Oh,
So what'd
She'd
you
be like,
do?
"Oh, this guy's just in love with me.
Oh,
I just don't
yeah.
really like him, but he's in love with me." And I'd be like, "Okay,
Did
cool.
you tell her or not?
You think I told her? What I did was I got mad at him.
Okay, so don't tell. What about you? Tell? Don't tell?
I would not tell as a child, and now I would tell.
But okay, yeah, I guess if this happened somehow magically, then I would tell them, oh yeah, I think he's cute too.
Yeah, just say something.
The first time they say it.
Yeah, because it
I'd
will
say
run
it too.
away after that.
Oh, I remember this happened to me in my teen years. And I was like, whatever. She seems like she's already kind of pursuing him. I'm just going to, it was painful, but I was like, I'm going to let it go.
Oh yeah, because
Just
it's
let
like,
it go.
is this someone where you're like trying to date them?
Also,
Or
who
you just,
knows
like,
them
have a
better?
crush?
Does it seem like they even like you? Or are you wasting your time?
It's like, okay, I would say I would not get caught up in some thing where we're both trying. No. Because
do
the
that.
guy
Ugh.
is going to be better with one of you. And that's the
dibs
one.
is not a thing with people.
That's the one he should be with. Not
about
you
you?
both fighting over it.
He might like neither of you also.
True, that is true.
And then you can just
That's okay.
form a support group afterwards.
This did happen to me, and I feel like the guy always liked my friend over me. So I just sort of
yeah.
learned to like fade into the background and silently suffer. And then I would just kind of be like, well, there's other fish in the sea, and I would just force myself to find someone
Yeah.
else. You can only suffer like that for so long because it's very painful.
Yeah.
Because you and your friend are the same person, so it's like if they like your
Yeah,
friend,
if they choose your friend,
if
then
they're-
you can't change that. Like,
yeah, like if you're not the type and they are, then
and
what
if
are
they
you gonna
choose
do?
you, you might lose your friend. It's just kind of a bad situation altogether.
That's a rough situation.
Yeah.
All right, so
up
we
front.
wrap up our episodes with Sister Spotlight, where each episode, a different sister gets the spotlight with her own segment. So we have Lauren's Take, Get Real with Christina, Sappy Thoughts with Kath, Amy's Current Crisis, Exposing Lisa's Weird Past. I should have said and Exposing Lisa's Weird Past. And this week, the sister is Ding Me, aka Get Real with Christina.
Let's get real.
So for this segment, aka Get Real with Christina, then because this was baby name themed, then I was gonna do something about motherhood, but honestly, that's like the theme of my life right now, so probably would have done that anyway. So the theme of today's is you're stronger than you think. So this has been a huge thing in my life in the last 12 weeks of having a baby because I've been challenged in ways that I never thought were even possible, which sounds dramatic, but I'm serious. I thought, okay, like I'm getting myself prepared. No. I was challenged in ways I didn't even think were possible because I had like such a major surgery, felt like I was dying, and then I'm taking care of this child. It's so difficult. It's so new. It's so stressful. There's postpartum depression, anxiety. It was just so difficult. And the thing that I learned through all this was that you really, truly are stronger than you think. So there was times before having a child where it's like, I'm feeling like I'm uncomfortable. I need to like make myself comfortable, or, I'm unhappy with this. Let me just change something. But as soon as I was in that newborn phase, it's like I'm sitting here holding it. I'm uncomfortable, but no, I'm not getting up. He's finally sleeping. I have to go to the bathroom really bad. I'm not getting up. I've been sitting here for an hour and a half. I'm not getting up. He needs to sleep. He hasn't slept enough. Or like certain parts of my body are like screaming out for help. I'm not going to take that painkiller because it looks like it's sketchy with breastfeeding. I'm just going to get over it, whatever it is, right? So it's like I'm going to endure this pain and there's nothing I can do about it. That's a scary thing because normally before it'd be like, oh, I'm in pain. I'm going to get over it. So before I'd be like, oh, I'm in pain. I got to fix this right now. What can I do to fix this? But once I got to this place where I'm like, there's actually nothing I can do to fix this. I've done everything. All I can do is wait for time to heal me. You can't just speed up healing of tissue that takes 10 to 12 weeks. There's nothing you can do. Like you've done everything. So you just have to sit in pain. And it made me realize I can handle so much more pain than I ever thought was possible. Emotional, mental, and physical, and all at once. And like sleep deprivation, which is like a form of torture sometimes used against people, I could handle so much more than I thought. The first week in the hospital, I slept 1 hour every single day for 5 days. I've never done that in my entire life. Before it's like, oh, I only got 6 hours of sleep. Oh, I'm so tired. But I slept 1 hour because there was times where I wanted to just hold him and help him sleep, and I wasn't trying to fall asleep in the hospital bed with him. So I was just holding him and staying awake so he could sleep because he wasn't sleeping in the bassinet in the hospital. And it's like, I'm not just going to get sleep right now. I'm not going to get away from this pain. I'm just going to feel this pain right now. So I'm telling you guys, when you're in these situations where you're just like, I don't think I can make it one more night, one more day. I don't feel like I can get through this. I don't feel like I can handle this. I'm telling you, your brain tells you that, but you really, truly can. You can feel so much like heart-wrenching emotional pain, and you can learn from it and grow from it and get through it. You can feel horrible physical pain, and you can heal from it. You can feel utterly hopeless, like things are never going to change. They're never going to get better. I'm going to be like this forever. Things are going to be like this forever. And they change the next day. Or you can think, I can't possibly handle a week of this. You can handle a month of it. You can handle a year of it. I know it feels sometimes like I literally can't do this. I said that so many times in this last 12 weeks, like, I can't do this. I cannot do this. But then it was like, I don't have an option. I have to do it. And that made me realize before, when I could say I can't do this and I would just give up, I don't have that option anymore. So when you don't have an option to give up and you're like, I just got to do it, you do it and you can handle it. Not to discount your feelings in the moment though. Always, 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 always honor your feelings of like, I feel sad, I feel hopeless, I feel scared, I feel mad, anything like that. Always honor those feelings. But know deep down there's strength that you don't feel like it exists. You're like completely sure it doesn't exist. It exists. I'm telling you right now, it exists. So when you're in those tough situations coming up, maybe it's today, maybe it's tomorrow, maybe it's like right now in this moment, just know you are absolutely stronger than you think. And every single thing that you've been through, it strengthens you. You might feel weak because you've been through so many painful things, but you're actually stronger because you've been through them. So just remember those words. You are stronger than you think. I'm stronger than I think. Repeat them to yourself, and I think you will surprise yourself. That's all I got for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching the Cimorelli podcast. And if you want to see our next episode, you're going to have to join Patreon because it's going to only be available on our Patreon. Every other episode is only there. And then the other ones, as you know, are on YouTube. Thank you guys. Oh, and also Patreon gets the YouTube episodes a week early. Forgot to tell you that. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time on the Cimorelli podcast.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Cimorelli podcast. Follow Cimorelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimorelli on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.